Hello everybody, my name's Billy. Now today I'm going to be teaching you how to tail whip. Now a tail whip is a beginner trick and it is very hard to master at first. So I'm going to be teaching you the rotation and how to get used to trying tail whips, and hopefully you can learn off this tutorial and land it. There are plenty of these tutorials out there, so if you get stuck, there's many more channels you can check out to learn how to tail whip. Final thing, I suggest that you learn this flat. It's easier than doing an upper ramp in my opinion, only because I think it's good that you can balance it out and just get the rotation and just learn how to do it, than going straight onto a ramp and trying it. Hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. So the first step is just to get used to the rotation of the tail whip. So I use my wrists a lot more than my feet to do this trick, because the wrist kind of pulls it round where your feet just flick it. So as you can see, I'm getting used to the rotation. Now what I do, I'm using my heel to flick the scooter, and I'm using my wrist to get more momentum behind the spin. I've slowed down the video so I can talk about it more. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm getting used to hopping on the scooter. This will help you learn the process of when you're landing on the scooter, because this is probably one of the hardest parts to learning a tail whip. During the process of a tail whip, you will most likely be moving and not standing flat, so this helps me. Now, watch as I do this tail whip. Now, I'm going to show you some things that you're probably doing incorrectly if you cannot land tail whips, and what you should be doing right. If you are not landing tail whips, this is what you're doing wrong. You're either not committing to it and not keeping both feet together, or you're not using your wrists to flick it round enough, as you can see right there. That is probably one of the problems that you are having with landing a tail whip. Now, look, when I flick, I'm not using my wrists or not jumping high enough. Where, as you saw in that tail whip, I landed it cleanly and very perfectly, because look, I used my wrists to twirl the scooter deck round. I probably should have said this at the start of the video, but your foot positioning doesn't really matter too much. It's just how you would prefer to do it. Now, I recommend having your feet quite close together and not too far away from each other, or it makes it a lot more difficult to get the flick correct. As I've said, trying to keep the scooter deck under you is very important, and try not to lean forward or back. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you soon with a new video.